Okay, everyone. Hey, welcome on. I am just getting everything officially set up. Still trying to get all the streaming services figured out, but I think we're good. So YouTube, you're on. Facebook, you're on, and TikTok, you guys are on as well. So I'm gonna figure it out, y'all. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna get everything correct. YouTube cameras falling. There we go. Awesome. So let's go ahead and let this thing do its thing. Hey, Kishana, how's it going? I owe you a phone call. You called me and I forgot to call you back. So it depends. If I don't go too long tonight, if you're up for it, you can go ahead and give me a ring when we're done. But yeah, so let's see. Ubiquitous. Hey, welcome. Miss Trudy, welcome on. Wofford Mobile, welcome on as well. Hey guys, if you are new here, let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Ladero Wharf with the Notary Know-How Georgia. This is a space that I love to create. I go live Monday through Friday on here at approximately 7:30, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time. And this is the reason I go live is to help create a safe space for notaries where we can get together, we can talk about business, we can chit chat about marketing, we can do all things notary. And of course, this is a space where you should never, talking to all the cameras I got going on right now, this is a space where you should never feel like you're less than. No one should make you feel dumb for not knowing something about the notary space or starting business, starting in this notary business, period. So that's why I create this space. Again, it's a safe space for us notaries to get together, chit chat, learn things, share, and just crush it. Like seriously, just crush it out there. Have to watch what I say because, some of the streaming services don't like certain words. So, hey, Zakia, welcome on. Hey, Jamel, welcome on. Let's see. Missy, I can't see what that says. Missy over on Facebook group, welcome. If you guys have any questions you want to talk about tonight, hey, Julie, welcome on as well. Go ahead and drop them in the comments because I will get to them. And as always, I do have a few things here that I want to cover. So I'm trying to, since I'm going live consistently, you guys, so you're clear, I'm just trying to, back it down and not do these hour and a half to 2 hour long lives, even though they're fun. My bedtime is like now, right? I keep saying that every time, but apparently after like 2 weeks of doing this, I got a new bedtime. Hey, Miss Angela, welcome on as well. So let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out of the way first. I probably will mention this a few times. You guys see this on the screen. Hey, Latoya over on Facebook. How's it going? Well, everybody, TikTok's the only one can see it on the screen. But I do have the notary community. It has been open. I launched it on December 31st. Thought it was going to take me a lot longer to get it done, but it came together pretty dang on quick. So that was pretty exciting. So I do have a free notary community. This is going to be for my notary buddies, no matter what state you're in, right? No matter what state you're in, it is free. You can go ahead and hop into it. And for you guys on Facebook and also on YouTube, I'll make sure it's posted somewhere. So if you guys are watching right now, if you're watching a replay and you're not on there yet, it is it's like a community. If you guys have heard of School, it's kind of like that, but not as expensive at all. Right? So it doesn't cost me money, so I don't have to charge you guys money for it. That was a part of the hunt. So right here on TikTok, if you guys want to go ahead and join my free notary buddy community, just go to my profile. There is a link in there. It will bring you to something that looks like a link tree, right? It's going to be the second button because the first one is for all the resources. That takes you to the Notary Buddy website, which has all the resources on there. And the second button takes you to the invite to get into the community, and you need the invite to get into the community, right? That was the easiest way for me to get it out there to all you guys so you can see it. Let's take these extra headphones off. So yeah, go ahead and jump into the community. We have a lot of fun. Well, let me rephrase that. I have a lot of fun over there. You guys still silent in there. I'm joking. You guys do participate back. But it's a new group. So of course, it's the beginning of something's awesome. And that's where all my free resources can be found. All my free notary courses are over there, right? And anything I come across is definitely on there. And you guys, I know I started the Facebook group initially for my Georgia notary buddies only. Guess what? I still got it. And as soon as I say that, Facebook times out. There we go. Y'all are back. As soon as so within the group, I do have a space just for us individual, for specific Georgia notaries to get together and talk because y'all know Georgia's different when it comes to this notary game. And so I do have a space specifically within that community for us to get together and talk. So my Georgia notary buddies in the Facebook group don't feel like, everybody's coming in and taking over. No, we still have space because y'all know I'm a Georgia notary and I talk about Georgia notary stuff. But anyway, now that all the housekeeping is out of the way, hey, Notary 10X, I would love it if you guys over on the TikToks would show me some love. All you guys got to do is just tap the screen a few times, right? Give me some hearts. And look, let me tell you why I say that. Because the more people that are watching this with the TikTok, a lot of my other notary buddies know that I want to make sure everybody gets, the with everyone. So let's go ahead and open up my notes here. A few things we're going to be talking. We're going to keep it light. I'm going to be talking about supplies and where we can get them from, as well as covering resources, answering any questions that you guys may have. And there is one other thing. Hold on, because my notes aren't loading. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be talking about that stuff tonight. Taking forever for the notes to load here. What else? Supplies and resources. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about. So to go ahead and kick it off, again, if y'all have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Reach out, whatever. Let me know that you got questions. So the first thing, and y'all look, I be getting this information I'm talking about just being in other notary groups and seeing what my notary buddies are talking about, what they're asking questions on, right? And there are a lot of questions out there. And so we're just going to tackle 2 or 3 every single live. So this one I'm going to talk about is the supplies. Let's start there. So when we're looking at supplies, let's think about, for example, our hard supplies for our notary business, right? I'm not talking about pen and paper and all that kind of stuff. You guys can get that from anywhere. What I'm talking about is the things that we absolutely need to run this notary business or to be a notary. This right here, right? This notary seal, where I think you guys can see where I got mine. It's not that hard. See where we get them from. So where are we getting supplies like this? The notary seal, the embossers, things like that. Here's an example of what my embosser looks like. There's quite a few places you can go. Y'all know I don't like recommending one specific company, but I have to tell you what I did. I decided to go ahead and get mine from the NNA. You guys see their logo right there on the front. The NNA is the National Notary Association. That's where I got my stamps from, because in Georgia, we're allowed to have multiple, right? I know, YouTube, come back. YouTube, it's all blurry. It'll fix in a second. But I know a lot of states out there, you guys cannot have multiple stamps, right? So in the state of Georgia, we have no limit to how many we can have. So I do have my round stamp. I have my rectangular stamp. And I am putting in an order for a mini stamp as well, because I just need one. I haven't had to use it often, but every time it comes up, I'm like, I just need to go ahead and get that mini stamp. And also my embosser. I got all 3 of these from the NNA's website. And that's going to be the NNA.org. And that's National Notary Association.org. Do I get any kickbacks from mentioning them? Absolutely not. Because y'all know that's not how I roll, right? The reason I like to order my stuff from them is because they have a replacement plan. If you will, you don't have to pay for it. It's already included when you buy your stamps from them, right? So for as long as your commission lasts, so, for 4 years for me in Georgia, since I got my stamps from them, as long as my commission is valid and as long as it lasts, they will replace my stamps or my embosser if damaged from normal wear and tear, right? That does not, let me just make sure that we're clear on this. That does not include this little ink pad right here. Look, I took it out the other day so easily and I was shocked with myself. Oh, there we go. It does not include this, right? This is something that we're going to honestly just run through a lot the more you stamp. And if you're not stamping that much, you're still probably going to run through it just because of weather and all that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff can affect your stamp. Just make sure I put this back in here the right way. Okay, we're good. And so that is the only piece that's not covered as a replacement part, right? You just have to rebuy those because we do use them quite often. Look, I've never taken this one out over here. I don't even know how to take this one out. Oh, I guess it's on this side. Maybe. I don't even know. Something I should probably learn because I don't use the circle one often. But anyway, I buy my stamps from the NNA just because they do have that replacement and it's nice. So if I drop this bad boy, let's just say it breaks, right? Or I'm just stamping so many times and the springs pop apart, I can reach out to them and get a replacement cost. Get it replaced for free. So that's why I love them. Other options. I think you do have to pay for shipping. If y'all know, let me know. I think you have to cover shipping and handling yourself. But again, it's like less than 12 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. And then this stamp cost me 42 or 50 bucks. So I would rather pay $10 in shipping and get it replaced fully for free versus having to pay $50 for it and then $10 for shipping. So, $50, $60 just to get it back. Other options, there's Amazon. You can definitely get them on Amazon. I know a lot of my notary buddies get their stamps off of Amazon, from Office Max, not Home Depot, whatever the other whatever Office Max / the other part of Office Max is, right? I know people do that, and there's also other stationery stores that you can order them from. Look, I don't do that. Hey, Joanne, how's it going? And Latoya, if I didn't say you already. I don't do that personally. Okay. Miss Angela says she got hers from AAN. Is that the American Association of Notaries, the AAN? I think so. And she says she needs to get the smaller one as well, right? So look, guys, there's multiple places to order your hard supplies from, right? So you can definitely do that. Okay, perfect. I got it right. I get these acronyms wrong so many dang on times. But yeah, so there's multiple places you can order your stamps from. I was saying, I don't personally do mine from Amazon or Office Max or any of the other like stores. Like, hey, Artesia, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Thank you for love, letting people know that I'm on. I appreciate that. The reason I don't order them from the other places, just because I don't want to make a mistake. Hey, Amy, how's it going? I don't want to make a mistake. I know it's not that complicated. I know it's not hard. We take our commission, we look at it, we tell them we put it exactly how we're supposed to put it on there and send them proof of, our commission, right? It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. I just don't want to make a mistake. And so I just let the NNA handle it for me. I send them my commission and they look up the rules in your state. So in Georgia, they look up the rules and they put exactly what Georgia says that I need to have on here. And it's done. I don't even have to think about it, because I know, y'all look, it's crazy. It's only, I don't know. It's probably like $10, $12 more to have them do it. I really don't know, because I haven't really shopped around. But the crazy thing about it is, let me use my brain power to do something else. Let me use that to market. Let me use that to grow my business, not think about what needs to go on my stamp, right? That's why I let somebody else do it. There's definitely things in this business that you should not be doing and refer out to others. That should be a conversation one day. We'll talk about that as well. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got. I appreciate the hearts. Where do you guys buy yours from? Amy says she buy from Ohio Legal Blink. Is that, well, we know you're in Ohio, but it's like that. Is that like a stationery store? Do they specialize in notary stuff? Or like, well, tell the people about it. What's that for other people that may hop on that's in Ohio? So for everybody else, if you're in Ohio, check out Ohio Legal Blink. That may be a good place to buy your stuff. Notary 10X says, and Cali can only use approved vendors for stamps. Yeah, y'all know California is a completely different country, right? I always say Georgia, California, and Texas. We pretend to be in Florida. Can't forget the fourth one. We're the 4 countries inside the country of the United States, right? So we always got to make things difficult. But yeah, no, I get that. And I think that it's a good idea in California to have these approved vendors, because everybody's set at the exact same standard of operation, or they can no longer be a vendor, right? That's what I really like. And I know I give California a hard time. I really do. But you guys, I'm not going to lie. From what I know about your notary laws and the way that your that notaries need to operate there, I operate on the very same level, right? Because you guys have a far higher standard. Don't tell Georgia I said this. California, like the rules, they have a far higher standard for their notaries than we kind of do here in Georgia. So I operate at their standards, because I'm always going to be that means I'm always operating at a superior level for Georgia, right? That's why I do it. And so I give y'all a hard time, but I follow everything y'all do over there. Amy said, actually, Ohio Legal Blink does all states. That's good to know. That is really good to know. So you guys out there, go ahead and put that on your list if you're looking to shop around and look at prices. So we talked about Ohio Legal Blink. Thank you, Amy. The AAN, that's the American Association of Notaries. The NNA, the National Notary Association. There's Office Max. And also California said, 10X said, like in California, you have to look for approved vendors. I don't know how you find that. Maybe you just Google it. But check with your Secretary of State to see if they have recommendations as well, right? That is a good thing to do. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to get caught up on the questions. Yes, I do all states. Yes, I bought one from Amazon and it doesn't have my commission expiry date on it. Gotcha. So, Miss Angela, you're in Tennessee. I'm not sure if that's a requirement. Look, here in Georgia, we are not required to put our expiration date on our seal, right? So we can just have it blank right there, and then you always write it in, that kind of a deal. But it's not required for us here in Georgia. However, I do it just for speed. That's the only reason I do it, for speed. And 9 times out of 10 on the document anyway, there's a line that says my commission expired, right? And so there's one less place I have to write it in. And I know a Florida notary buddy of mine never writes their commission expiration date in. That's fine. That's one thing. That's another thing we can talk about as well. I don't have my note paper over here. Let's see if I can get my iPad notes open now. One thing we talk about is best practices, right? We have the law, and then we have best practices. So let's see if I can get this open. Y'all, I told y'all my antique iPad. Look, I love it. It's huge. It's the size of, 8.5 by 11. I think it's bigger than that. This bad boy is big and heavy. So January 7th. All right, cool. I think where's my pencil? Now I can start taking notes. Let's see. I brought one. Okay, perfect. I don't use that one ever. Oh, I see what you're saying, Miss Angela. You bought the one from Amazon and you don't even use that one. If you mention Ohio Notary Association, you can get a discount at Ohio Legal Blank for anyone purchase. Look, y'all, if y'all heard that, Amy would cyberize it. Sorry, everybody else can't see who you are, Amy. But Amy would cyberize says that if you are purchasing your notary seal, do they have other supplies as well, Amy? But anyway, if you purchase your notary stamp from Ohio Legal Blank, again, that's Ohio Legal Blank. And if you mention Ohio Notary Association, you can get a little bit of a discount. That's awesome. Y'all know I like discounts. And I'm always sharing discounts with y'all. Let's see. Oh, I appreciate the hearts and the love. I appreciate it. Look at us. Look at y'all. Staples does it too. Awesome. It's not required, but I like mine to have it on my stamp. I get it. Yep. Angela says that the expiration date is not required, but she likes it on hers as well. Me too. Like I said, there's one less thing for me to write, right? If it's required. And look, Miss Angela, when you start moving into those apostilles, because again, of course, our notary work does cross state borders as well. But when you start doing those apostilles and you're doing it more frequently, and they're constantly like going somewhere in all these other places, I just follow best practices. And any notary that I have helped me, they're writing that expiration date. I don't care if they don't do it normally. They doing it because guess what? If I get documents from them and I have to send it off somewhere and it's rejected because literally the rejection will say due to incomplete notarization. And I look at it, and if that incomplete notarization is just literally missing that, I'm going to be pissed, right? Not just for me, but my client. We got to start the process over again. And who knows, I probably just added 2 to 3 weeks on top of their already wait time, right? So best practices. Let me make sure I write that down. Best practices. We'll talk about that as well. Supplies. Awesome. Okay, subject change. I found a new social media platform today. Amy, what you talking about? What is you talking about? What new social media platform that you found today? Let us know. Go ahead and drop it in chat. We'd like to know about it because look, I'm all about learning other stuff. If we can spread the message further and wider, let's do it. Amy said it's Blue Sky. I've never heard of it. Let me write it down. Social media platform, Blue Sky. I'll check it out. See what it's all about. Yeah, Amy has never heard of them either. Okay, that's awesome. So yeah, let us know how it goes. So it's kind of like Instagram. Oh, okay, gotcha. So I'll see what is like another alternative for the ticking talks. Maybe we have 3 more days for that hearing to take place. So we'll figure it out. Right. So the next thing I want to chit chat about with you guys is, hold on. Give me a second. This is crazy. Like my brain just went blank because I know I want to talk about three things. We talking about the notary supplies, which already got out of the way. We're talking about resources. Y'all already know right here, the community, the free Notary Buddy community is open. That's where I have a ton of my resources. Facebook, if you guys have questions, definitely go ahead and put in the chat. I promise I'm paying attention. I got it open on 2 screens, so I make sure I don't miss it this time. But there was one other thing I had written down to talk to you guys with. But I guess, hold on. Is this how I get back to it? Nope. It didn't even save. Okay. Let's just go for it then. Kind of like Instagram. A lot of these folks out here leaving X and moving to Blue Sky. Got it. I have accounts over on X, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. I barely use it. But I only go on there to like see what some trending type of news is or to complain, right? Like if I go to a certain business and it's not what I was told it was be, I go straight to X to complain. I don't even do it on Yelp. I go straight to X because then you can tag them and get their attention and they resolve it quicker. So let's just say there's a method behind the madness, right? I don't go over there just to complain for no reason. I'm like, hey, this was not resolved. Your customer service failed on me. At whatever company it is, and every time I've done that, I've gotten a resolution. Like even with Walmart, you guys, I got a free TV out of it because they failed. They 100% failed. And look, I didn't do it just because I wanted to. This is a side story. I had my last business. We bought, oh my gosh, we used to put about 3 TVs in each of our locations. Sometimes we had 5 TVs because I was running a rental business, right? A short-term rental business, extended stay, midterm stay, medical stays, all that kind of stuff. And so I had TVs in every single room. In some locations, we had 2 family rooms. And so when I say I've bought, do you remember how many TVs we bought? It was like at the 200 and something range. So yeah, I bought a lot of TVs. Maybe 150, somewhere in there. But anyway, and so they failed. And I went to Twitter and I blew them up and I got my free TVs out of it. I use all of mine's automatically. Got it, Amy. What are your thoughts on Thumbtack? Oh, thank you for bringing up that. So let's talk about it. Are you on Metropolitan? Nope. Look, Amy, look, you're the techie person. You're like smart on that side of things. Facebook, LinkedIn, poorly on LinkedIn, Instagram, this, and I barely do YouTube. That's it. I have a Pinterest. That's about it. Let me write that one down as well. But Miss Angela asked me, what are my thoughts on Thumbtack? So, Angela, what do you want to know specifically on Thumbtack? Do I believe that notary work can be found on Thumbtack, or do I think are my thoughts on marketing on Thumbtack? Two kind of the same question, but 2 different answers. Let me know which one you want to talk about. So finding work, or, like being found on there, or marketing your business on there. What is it, Amy? Metro. Wow, not Meta. Meta is Facebook, huh? Metropoly. Oh, now it went away. Polita. Okay, I'll look at that one as well. Amy says she went big on Thumbtack. Is it worth it using Thumbtack Pro? Amy, since you said you went big on Thumbtack, go ahead and share with the people. Like, just put it in the thing. Like, did you do? Look, this is a difference. Did you do Thumbtack for your notary business, Amy, or did you do Thumbtack for your platform? Right? Like, what did you do? What are you using Thumbtack for? That would be good to know. But my thoughts on Thumbtack, I don't have much experience with it. Let me just be honest. Okay, Ron. That would be actually a good idea. We can't do around here, right? But so my thoughts on Thumbtack. Again, I am not very well versed in Thumbtacks. So what I have used it for is I research these things, right? I did create a profile on there. And for me, it just wasn't worth, that's a lie. I totally went full in on Thumbtack. I just thought about it because I'm thinking about when I first started, it was a waste of my time because I was not ready. I was not prepared. My business was not in the right place to do that, right? But now I did it again last year as a test, right? And this is why it didn't work for me. Facebook trying to reconnect. Y'all better hurry up because I just dropped some gold. I'm joking over there. Okay, you're back. So this is what happened was for me with Thumbtack, I tried it out. I ran the ads, right? Because I know there's like different tier things you can do. You can like do something more where you're always showing up at like one of the top 3 or top 5, whatever it is. I did that for a little bit. It did not turn out to be worth it for me. So I took it down and went to the kind of like the leftovers. So if somebody requests a notary, of course it goes to the premier people first. And if none of them respond or anything like that, or after a certain amount of time passes, it opens up for the rest of us, right? So I did both of those. This is why it wasn't working for me, just because of that fee that I had to pay. And again, it could work differently for you in your area, because I was having to pay like $12, $15 or something like that per interaction, right? So even if I did not win the sale, if I did not win the client, I still owe Thumbtack that money. That's what I didn't like. That is what I did not like on Thumbtack, just because I decided to reach out to that person or they decided to reach out to me and Thumbtack connected us, which is a valid business model. I'm not going to fight it. It just was not worth the $12 to $15 I had to give up for every single time. And then the clients on there were looking for notaries that were traditionally bank notaries, where they're coming, again, I'm in Georgia, when they're paying $5, right? Total. I'm like, you want to pay me $5? I just spent $15 just for the pleasure of talking to you. Man, get up off my phone, right? That's literally how it went. I was like, you know what? I'd be happy to help. I did get 2 clients out of it, but I lost money on those 2 clients. I did it to test the system. And it wasn't like, oh, let me do this for a week. I did it for 90 days. Still probably not a long enough time, but it was costing me too much money. And I ended up going in a deficit. So I turned it off. Anyway, Amy said she used it to for her remote online notarization, not her platform, but just for her to get business as a Ron. And maybe that worked far better for her, right? That was far superior for her. Just in my area, it was not worth it for me. Look, having people wanting to pay $25 max when it cost me $12 to $15 just to talk to them. And I still had to go out and fulfill the duties, right? You can facilitate, so you have options. Yep, we did talk about that, Amy. I do know that I can facilitate, but I never thought about running Thumbtack specifically for Ron. So maybe, I don't know. Let me not go too far out there, because I need to make sure I stay focused. But that is a good thing. Miss Angela said she already paid for ads on Google, just don't want to pay for more advertising. Got it. I get it. I 100% get it. I think you were here when I told I think I did it with Young Gene when he was here, when I talked about Google Ads. I really enjoyed running my Google Ads, right? I didn't do it. I paid someone to do it for me. I got a deal. I got a deal. Because I paid him $300 a month to run ads for me, but I also had to pay for the ad spin. So of course you can definitely save money there. And it was costing me in the very beginning $500 a month. Then we moved it up to $600. And then when I decided to go ahead and shut it all down, I was paying $900 a month to run Google Ads, right? But on average, for me and my business, because I was at a different space, I was at a different point in my life, I was making like running those ads was generating me minimum of $1,800 a month. So that's why I kept moving it up. So the goal was, if I spend 5, I need to make 1,000, right? If I spend 600, I need to make 1,200. If I spend 900, I need to make minimum $1,800 off of those ads. And so he was working with me. We kept tweaking things. We were meeting weekly, right? And we just kept tweaking things until it worked out. And it took us about 60, 90 days to get it figured out and like nailed in. And then I just let them run. And it was helpful. But again, the problem was I was trying to build too quickly, because I had an office space. I was doing notary work, and I was doing assisting with real estate transaction. Everybody else knows it as loan signings. And I was also doing fingerprinting. And I'm not talking about just ink rolling. I was doing the live scan fingerprinting. And so it's just too much on my plate. And my Google Ads had people calling me for notary, but it was pulling me out of the office. So therefore I couldn't do fingerprinting, right? And when I was doing fingerprinting, I either had to send the notary appointments out to other people, which I at that point, I decided to not take a cut of that. And so I was like, hey, you know what? This is $45 appointment. Go ahead and take it. I already quoted them $45. I know that we're in the same price range, or I charge slightly more than you. Go ahead and take it, right? That's how I was doing it. And it just became too overwhelming for me, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. I've asked him to like do a quick recording, like an hour, 2-hour recording for my notary buddies, so we can get because I know everybody doesn't have that budget, right, to pay for ads. And that's the other thing. I'll say this afterwards, but I asked him to record something for us. I've been asking this man this for like 2.5 years. And I forget, he forgets, but he's open to it, right? Just record something for us to have specifically geared to notaries on how to use Google Ads, right? How to run Google Ads, because so many people out there, they're going to waste your money. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're going to waste your money. If you're doing it yourself, you don't know how to do it, you're going to waste your own money. That's the biggest thing about running ads on any platform, is the wasting of money. And this is what people don't understand. If you don't know your targeting, if you don't know like specifically who you're trying to go after, you don't know their demographics, psychographics, all these things, you're just going to throw money away, because the platform is going to try its best to figure it out for you. And they have no problem spending your money as they figure it out. That's how it works, right? And so having somebody with experience and knowledge to come in and say, hey, tweak this here, put that there, look at it every 7 days and be like, okay, maybe let's move this because you're spending way too fast on this. Let's change this keyword, right? Let's do long tail keyword phrases. This is all the stuff that he taught me. And I was like, are you kidding me? And so I told y'all, when I was getting, I think it was 68 cents. I was getting notary leads for 68 cents. Yeah, again, I burned through $900 in a month, but at the same time, if somebody clicked on it, they called me, I scheduled an appointment, it was costing me 68 cents to $1.12. I think it was $1.12 about when we finished everything, because we kept changing things. But it cost me $1.12 to get that person on the phone, to get that person on my website, to book that appointment. And I'm charging them $45, $50, depending on the type of documents or what services they're requesting of me, right? Sometimes we're charging up to like $75, $85, depending. And so it was really good. Now, I know that was really long rant on Google Ads, but I support it. My thought process, if you spend $1 and you make $2, you're winning. You're winning. Because guess what? A lot of people spend $1 and never see a dollar. Then the next month, they spend another dollar. I'm saying dollar, put it in the aspect of like $70, $100, $250, $1,000, whatever it is, right? They spend that and they never see a return. So if you spend $1 and make $1, you winning. You is winning. Amy said the key is their refund policy. I'm assuming we're talking about Thumbtack. Again, I'm not very well versed in that to even know what their refund policy is. Can you email me with contact information so I can talk to you directly? You talking to me, Amy? You know, you should already have my stuff. But yeah, I definitely will email you. I'll reach out to you. Too much multitasking, absolutely. That's exactly why I had to stop those Google ads. I was doing too many things and it wasn't working. Right? It was costing me money. I mean, it was working, but I had to work way too hard. Right? I was working way too hard. And look, I know somebody. People in Notary Space may not like me saying this, but the thing is, when we're doing 6 different things, we're doing all these other things. I get it. The reason we have to do all these things, if we want to call it multitasking in the notary space, it's because the one thing that we should be focusing on, or the one thing that we want to focus on, is not making us enough money, right? And that's different for everybody. Some people, not making enough is like, oh, my notary business is only kicking off $1,000 a month, so I'm going to do wedding officiant. Then they do that, and then that kicks off another $1,000, and then they do fingerprint, and that kicks off another $200, $300 a month, and then they do field inspections. I'm saying this because I did it all, right? I did it all, and that kicks off another. Field inspection was making me decent money, but y'all, I sweat a lot, and I live in Georgia. Ain't no way I'm going to run out and do 10 field inspections, go to a notary appointment smelling like who did it and what for, right? That's why field inspections did not work well for me, especially in Georgia. And now in the wintertime, it's too cold. It's too cold to go out there. It's 40-something degrees. It's too cold to be out there. Yeah, you be quiet over there. My other half is laughing and complaining at me. So yeah, I did all of it. And I was still barely hitting that $3,000 a month. That's why I just pull back and focus on notary. And guess what? I'm still doing the exact same amount. I'm less tired. I'm less worn out. I don't face burnout nearly as quickly. Is money always stable? Absolutely not. It's not. That's why, with the ability to focus solely on notary, and I do, within that realm, there is, as Angela just put it, within that realm, That's estate planning for me. That's general notary work for me. That's my version of specialty notary work, bedside signings. It's all still notary work for me. Yeah, apostille is slightly different, but that's included as well, right? That apostille makes and fills in those gaps for me when things are down, right? That's the only two things I focus on. That's the only two things in this space you guys gonna hear me talk about. Because focusing on those other things, yes, you can make money from it. Yes, you can. I know I sometimes I have to watch what I say so I don't get in trouble. I said it the other day. You guys, I'm not a religious person, right? I'm not. I was raised that way, so I know some things from that aspect. But look, for those of you who, believe in the Lord and all this, and follow his words and his teachings, what did he do? Wasn't what was he? What was a carpenter in the beginning, right? He was a carpenter. When he decided to start walking around and gathering apostles and start sharing the word, was he still a carpenter? Could he have made money from it? Absolutely. So this is why, look, I get all anxious and nervous talking about stuff like this, because I'm not, that's not my space. But at the same time, if he didn't do it, why y'all trying to do it? Please let me know. Please let me know. I don't get it. I don't get it, right? And it's only because I've been there. And so I'm like, look, if there's people far superior, far smarter than me, and they focus on one thing, why shouldn't I focus on that one? Why shouldn't I focus on one thing? Because guess what? You'll learn if that one thing is worth it a lot sooner or not. Wedding officiating was not worth it for me. I was like, let me focus on that. Not worth it. Just wasn't my jive, right? It just didn't fit. It didn't fit. Same with same with fingerprinting. Just didn't fit. It did not fit in my space. It did not fit in my life. It did not fit in the dream that I had. Our boy Young Gene, he loves it. Like his business that's like 90% plus of his business right now. And he does notary on the side. He probably rarely even takes a loan signing anymore, if he ever. But anyway, so yeah. Let's catch up on the things. Now I'm working on my reviews. Awesome, as Angela. I'm interested in estate planning, but apostille based. Get it, and basic generate GNW. Got it. Definitely understand. Let's see. Hey, Miss Candace, how's it going? Our favorite Tennessee notary. Look, Miss Angela, your favorite Tennessee notary as well. I say that because every time Miss Candace starts a video, that's what she says. She introduced herself as our Tennessee notary. So that's how I know that y'all catch phrases, y'all catch slogans stick in my head, whatever they're called. Let's see what else we had on the docket to talk about so we can start wrapping. Oh yeah, we set that time. How do I always blow past the time? No. We started a little bit later. So yeah, we're good on time. So, let's talk about best practices. Hey, Michael, how's it going? How's California treating you? Let's talk about best practices real quick, you guys. If you got questions, you got any comments, let me know. Miss Candace, hello. So when it comes to your notary business, I always recommend go to your Secretary of State. For us here in Georgia, it's the GSCCA. If there's any other states out there that it's not the Secretary of State, let me know. Or like, is Georgia the only weird one that the Secretary of State just handed us off to another entity, right? They just didn't want to deal with us or something. I don't know. But when it comes to like, know your state's laws, right? Know your state's laws. Know what's required of you as a notary. Y'all will always see me in Georgia hold up this book. This tells me everything I need to know. Well, not everything. Mostly everything I need to know about being a notary here. And also we have online resources as well. I love to go to LexisNexis. I think that's what it's called. To just look up the legal, like the legal stuff. You know how to say like, oh, and I don't know what it's called, like the Chapter 7, Title B or whatever, subsection A. Like I go and read that kind of stuff because I want to know, right? So I go to LexisNexis to find out. I highly recommend you guys do that, right? So that's one thing. So like when we're looking at best practices, do that first and then take it to the next level. As we were talking about earlier, not all states require us to have our expiration date inside of our notary stamp, right? Inside your notary seal. But guess what? If this is the thing, if your state's not require you to have that, you can have your stamp for a really long time. Just keep on replacing the ink pads, right? As long as it doesn't break. That's one thing you can do. But again, it costs like, $20 on Amazon, $40. over at the NNA, and I'm assuming the AAN is pretty similar in pricing, right? It's not crazy expensive, and you only replace it every 4 years. So best practice, right? Have that bad boy in there. When it comes to signing, this is another thing I see all the time. When it comes to these right here, like we have notarial certificates, doesn't matter. When we're filling out the notary block on our documents, a lot of us just sign, stamp, and put our expiration date, right? Of course, you fill out everything that we're supposed to do there. Best practice is for us to also, I don't know if y'all know this, but best practice is also for us to print our name either next to or traditionally underneath your signature, right? We'll come across some documents. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but it'll have notary signature, notary printed name, and then my commission expires, right? That's pretty common. Because again, every state may be a little bit different, but it is always best practice for us to print our name. Yes, I know it is printed inside of our seal, like our notary stamp, right? I get that. But again, we're talking about best practices going above and beyond. So if I operate at best practice in my business at all times, my documents will be accepted in every state of this country. There won't be some weird situation where I notarize something and they reject it because I didn't write my commission expiration date on the document because my state tells me I don't have to. Are you legally operating as a notary in your state like you're supposed to? Absolutely you are. If your state does not mandate you need to do that, then you're operating absolutely correct. However, it's our clients. They're the ones that are going to suffer for it. They're going to have to find another notary, have those documents redrawn, or come back to you to try to fix it, right? It's more hassle for them. So for me and my business, clients come first, right? Technically, anybody on my team that I hire comes first, then clients come after them because I'm gonna protect my people, right? I learned that in my last business. I will always stand up for anybody on my team. And I mean, team is used loosely in this space. If I send a notary out to do something and it's wrong, I know it's wrong, the customer is irate, I'm sticking by that notary. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I understand it. Let's go ahead and get it fixed. They did it. It's correct. But I understand what you're saying. And then on the other side, I'm like, look, you did that wrong. You did that wrong. So let's go ahead and fix it. But I'm gonna protect them, right? That's just how I do in business. That's how I operate. But other notes on best practices, too many lights on. I can't see. There we go. It's reflecting off the screen. What else? Best practice wise, we already talked about printing your name. Another thing is these loose leaf certificates. Again, y'all know California has way more stuff than we have to do in Georgia. I don't think I have an example right here, but if we do include these loose leaf certificates with our notarial, work, when we sign and notarize documents, it is always best practice to put like information on here of what you were notarizing, right? So for us in Georgia, like I said, I don't have an example right in front of me, but sometimes we have a little single line at the very top that says this document pertains to, or this is attached to a document that pertains to 3 pages, 4 pages, like a place for us to put the number of pages, and the document is entitled. So we put the title of the document and then the date that we actually notarized everything on, right? That's at the top or at the bottom. California has a big old chunk that they can fill out. I really like that. So I may start implementing that on my loose leaf certificates. Again, same information, right? Stating that this is a person who met before me, appeared before me. This is the verification I use for their identity, all that kind of stuff. That is best practice, y'all. It ain't gonna do nothing but keep you out of jail. That's what, and that's enough for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's enough for me. If best practice keeps me out of jail, I will best practice the heck out of my, out of what I'm doing. I need water. Hold on. Y'all, I promise I had one other thing that I thought would be awesome to talk about. It is gone. It's over here. I wrote it on my notes on YouTube, and for whatever reason, I can't see it. So whatever. Oh no, not jail. No, not me. Look, I was made for many things, but jail is not one of them. I was not made to be in that place. Not built that way. I can't do that. What else? Y'all got questions? Hey, Lisa, how's it going? Hey, Lisa, how's it going? I just gave you a nickname, Lisa. I don't even know if you like it or not. I like it because saying your first and last name, I always say it together, and so it just like bleeds into Lise. And so that's why I call you Lise, by the way. because I say it too fast. Let's see. TikTok. Y'all got any questions over here on TikTok? Okay, looks like we good. Um, so it's a quick recap. Things we talked about today. We talked about supplies, like where I recommend you getting your notary supplies from, and that was again our stamps are going to be our embossers if you're allowed to have multiple stamps, that kind of place. We talked about Amazon, the NNA, the AAN, Office Max. Amy gave us a something in Ohio. Look, I thought I wrote it down, but I don't remember. It's Ohio Legal something. So they ship to all over the country, so we can order your supplies from there. We also talked about best practices, and also we're just reminding you guys resources, and just make sure you guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and jump into the community. It's free. It's absolutely free. Like, I will never charge you for being over there. I do want to say within the community, I started a new channel a couple days ago for marketing, and I really want to dive into it because this is one of the things. Oh, look, I think I did it. I think I did it right this time. No. The marketing is something I really want to talk about with you guys, and I want to dive deeper into it. Here we go. I think I did it. TikTok, I don't know what happened over, or YouTube, or shoot, I keep saying the wrong one. Facebook. I tried to do a poll over there, but it just kept crashing on me. But TikTok, I have a thing. Let's do this. I have a poll. And I just started a poll. I don't know how it works. So people on TikTok, if you want to answer the poll, I think it's only 2 questions. Like, what are you struggling with the most? I put it up there and I don't remember the questions now. Y'all know. Oh, here we go. Do y'all struggle with tech stuff the most? Knowing where to start are your marketing, right? There's a poll on there. It looks like it's going to be open for 2 minutes. So go ahead and answer the poll. I see somebody's already saying that marketing is the biggest struggle over here on Facebook. Let me know as well. Are you guys struggling most with tech stuff, with knowing where to start, or are you struggling mostly with marketing, right? I thought marketing, right? I'll see what the people say. But like I said, in the community, I opened up another channel, which I know y'all, I'm trying to get to it. I have a lot of stuff I'm trying to work through, but it's going to be specifically about marketing, right? And this is what I think so many people get wrong. And they get a little bit confused on just believing that making a post on the socials is marketing. Oh, look, YouTube or Facebook is doing it again. Okay, y'all are back. Okay, Lisa said marketing and tech. Got it. A few of you guys are saying marketing. Everybody on TikTok is saying marketing. No tech for anybody else. 42 seconds left. It just told me. So 42 seconds left to vote for the poll. But yeah, I think it's marketing, right? I think it's marketing. But a lot of people get confused on thinking that just posting on Facebook is marketing, right? Posting on social media is marketing. Posting on Google Business Google Business Profile is marketing. It is only a piece, a small fraction. Is a very small fraction of marketing. And look, I'm not going to pretend to be a professional. I don't have a degree in marketing. I don't have all these accolades, but I am learning a ton of stuff, and also I know something. I think we all can agree with that. No matter how many times you post, no matter how many times you share something on Facebook, we ain't getting that kind of engagement, right? You don't even know what kind of engagement we're getting off Google Business Profile. But I do know one thing about it is that our businesses will die. Oh, cool. It's top left for the viewers. Thank you, Michael. I'm still learning. I'm trying to get all this stuff. Oh, look, it just told me the results of the poll. 100% voted on marketing over on TikTok, and Lisa in the Facebook group said marketing and tech. Cool. So when we're looking at this kind of stuff, we know that our business will die without clients, without customers, without whatever you want to call them, right? Without somebody to say, hey, I need you to stamp this paper. Hey, I need you to fingerprint me. Hey, I need this apostille work done, right? That's the thing. And we think just, posting on social media platforms, on Google, wherever we're posting, word of mouth is fantastic. But we think if we do it once every now and then, it's enough. It's not. It is not. Right. And I'm trying to stay in my lane, but I have to agree with our notary buddy, Young Gene. Like, for real, he's getting it. He gets it. Like, we need a pipeline of people in our business, and that's us telling them, right? That's us driving the traffic to them. This will be the marketing tip that I'll leave you guys with. Phone's dying. Okay. We should be done before he dies. This is something I'll leave you guys with on the marketing side. We need to learn how to increase traffic, right? I asked them where they find me on my intake form. That is good, Lisa. Like Lisa's getting information because that's now I'll just say that. So if we don't have any type of systems in our business, right? If your people are coming to you, like you are getting clients or customers, whatever you want to call them, right? You're getting people calling you, having, you won the customer. Let's put it that way. You won the customer. If you're not simply asking them, Lisa says she has on her intake form. If you're not simply asking them, how do they find you? You have no idea which of your marketing, air quotes, marketing efforts are working, right? So we need to learn how to better drive traffic. I know some of us don't want to do videos. Obviously, I'm a spazzy sometimes, but I think I have the gift of gab, right? I can talk and talk and talk. But this is the only reason I can talk is because I know my craft, right? I know my craft. And so we need to start driving traffic by whether that's, let's just honestly say the easiest way to drive traffic is this, exactly what I'm doing right here. Video. That's the easiest way because we are in a business where we're notaries. We're going to be showing up to people's house. We're going to be showing up to their door. We're going to be they're going to be coming to us. We meeting face to face, right? I know that you guys, some of you people, even if you're doing wrong, I just thought about it. It doesn't matter. You're still going to be seeing each other face to face because you got to. It's part of the law, right? We're still either seeing people face to face in person or digitally, virtually, however you want to do it. Like you guys are seeing my face right now. I see your face in little thumbnails. But this is the thing. If you guys aren't out there doing something beyond posting on Google Business Profile, that's a start. On social media, that's a start. Hey, Corinne, how's it going? How's it going? But if you guys if you're just stopping there, that's not marketing. We gotta get the traffic up. And the second thing, before I keep going too deep into it and keep saying the same thing over and over, thanks for the balloons and the hearts. I'm getting on all the screens. I appreciate it. We have to have a system for these people to land in. Look, y'all, I've been using a system. I talked about it before. I think it's too expensive. I really do. I just got a real good deal. Remember, I told you guys about the guy. Told you about the guy who was running my Google ads, right, for me. He gave me a killer deal on the system that I use, and I use it for everything. That's my system for capturing leads, right? That's why I showed you guys on my Google Business Profile. I have different phone numbers out there for my marketing. Whenever somebody calls or texts one of those phone numbers, it gathers their information, right? Sometimes I have to fill in the missing gaps because sometimes I only get a first name or I will get like Mrs. Smith, right? The system doesn't know Mrs. Smith's first name because all she gave me / the system was a Mrs. Smith. So once I meet with them, I get that information in this bad boy right here. I will go and update my system. I will update it. There's other ways that I can automate it. To have the system just ask them for the missing information, right? It's like, hey, I don't have your email address or I don't have your first name. It can do that. Right? But we ain't trying to get that complicated, right? In this conversation. But you need a system to gather that information. It ain't got to be nothing crazy. It ain't got to be a crazy CRM. It ain't got to be expensive. It can just be a Google Sheets. Because even though I have all this information in my CRM, I also have a backup on Google Sheets. Right? It is a manual process. It drives me crazy, but I do it, right? I do it. And also because I send out cards. And so it's easier for me to just like put it in Google Sheets and then upload it to the system that prints out all the labels, right? So that's why I do it as well. But we need a system, right? You need to track them. You need to get them in your pipeline. You need to see where they're coming from so you can know what methods are working. And then I'll say one more thing on this. And my notary buddies, a lot of us on here that you guys are listening to me right now, Miss Angela, I see your question. I'll come back to it as well. A lot of you right now are using the same account to notify people of your business as you are hanging out in the club, right? I ain't judging. I am, but I'm not judging in a bad way, but I'm just saying that's one thing we talk about. That's one thing that we forget, right? I did the same thing, but for different reasons. I was using this account. No, that's not two. My other account, my business account on TikTok, on all the socials, right? Gen Mobile Notary. I was using it to talk to you guys. I had to separate it because guess what? My clients don't care that I mean, some of them may care that I do stuff like this, right, to make sure we're all winning. But if somebody sees me on one of the socials and they need that document stamped, they don't care about me talking about Square, right? They don't care about those kind of things. You guys do. So I separated. I completely separated it. I see your question as well, Lisa. I'll make sure I double back for it as well. And so just a word of wisdom, right? Separate them. Do whatever you have to do to separate them. You know, if you end up unfollowing me on here, it'll be a sad day, but I get it, right? Because I'm not your client. Like on my notary business, like my business TikTok account and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, maybe I follow a few of you guys just because that's why I started over there. But I dwindled it down. I am only following attorneys. I'm following attorneys. I'm following attorneys. I'm following realtors. Did I say I'm following attorneys? Right? I'm following people that I can potentially get business from, and my content is completely different. I speak directly to them. I know I talk about this all the time. I'm getting so far out into the weeds, but that's one of the things. That's why I created that marketing channel over in the community. Let me get back on topic so we can talk about stuff like this, go deeper into it. I know people, you've heard, who's your ideal clientele? We gonna like go deep and not that surface level BS that people feed you guys just to charge you for it. I've gone through so many marketing classes, courses that I paid for, and they're just charging us to tell us stuff that they literally Googled, and Google gave them 15 points of marketing. I know it because I've been in this game for a minute. ChatGPT does it as well. They'll give them those points, and all they do is create a course around that and sell it to you. That's not going to help us. And then some of them, I'm not pooping on anyone, right? Some of them are good at a certain type of marketing. That's how they hooked us. Look, I paid for them too, y'all. Don't feel bad. I paid for them too. But they hooked us because they know how to market to us notaries, but they don't know how to market to build their businesses. Like, let's be for real. Because look, if somebody's selling you guys education, that is a business as well. That is one of their businesses as well. I do it on here. I market specifically to my notary buddies for a specific purpose. The difference is I don't charge you guys. I don't make a living off of you, and I won't, because I don't education has its place. What I see in the notary space right now, I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it because it's just regurgitated stuff, right? Nothing that's really making our businesses grow. And again, there's some amazing people out there teaching amazing things. But when I see 15 of the exact same courses with the exact 15 courses titled the exact same thing, I'm like, who's copying who? Right. When you say systems, Miss Angela, let me get back to your questions. When you say systems, are you talking about something like Wix? I'm not very well versed in Wix. I know it's been able to do a lot of stuff. I only know Wix can create a website and that's it. But on the back end, when people go to your website, do they like on that? I don't know. I can't. Let me say this. When I say systems, do you have something that's in place to capture people? Right. So if you in a system can just be this, it ain't got to be nothing crazy and fancy. This for the longest time was my system of capturing people because I do not stamp a single document without putting it in here. That's my system, right? I have a system of capturing people because I told y'all my journal, I collect their name, I collect the date of birth, the address off the ID, the issue date, the expiration date. That's for notary purposes. But like when it comes to marketing purposes, that's the kind of information I like. And look, I know I don't. Yeah, I think I can say this. Miss Angela, you were talking about Google ads before, and if somebody talks about Facebook ads, I know Facebook can do it. When people fill this out and they give me an email address, guess what? You can market. One, you can email market to them, right? But also on platforms like Facebook for sure. I think Google can do it. I don't see why they couldn't. But there's a thing called a lookalike audience. You can take their email. You just need a 100 or 1,000. I can't remember now. They keep changing the rules. You can take those emails, put them into a spreadsheet, upload it to those marketing platforms, and you can look for people like them. It's called a lookalike audience. Google, I don't know how they do it. They got all this information on us. Y'all know they got it all. And they will find people that are just like that person that you just stamped the document for. right? And they will go out and find them and put your business in front of them. So that can be a system, right? But me, I like technology. I'm a slightly techie person. I love systems and things like that. So I just kind of automate all of mine, right? I love mine to be automated. So that's what I mean by system. Good point. Whoa. Good point to follow potential clients on our business socials. Yes, Corinne, please do. It will make a difference. And look, even if you're not getting business from them, you will start to see the kind of stuff that they like to post. Some of it is boring as all get out, but you'll start learning their language, right? You will start learning their language. Definitely makes sense. You're right. And if it's just notaries on socials, we're just marketing to them and not clients. Exactly. Michael, y'all got it. Y'all got it, right? That's why everybody that's on here and people in this space, we always buying courses because all we doing is following and marketing to each other, right? Miss Angela says she has Wix and it only captures when people go through my site by state. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So yeah, in that regards, I mean, Wix can be great. It just needs something else on the back end, right? Only time I get contact info if they fill out the form from my site. Gotcha. So yes, a form. You're right. That's the only way you do get that information. That's kind of the only way I get it as well. If they fill out a form or if I physically write their information down, right? So the important part is capturing those people. In the notary space, I'm trying to figure it out. What would be beneficial? Lisa, I didn't forget your question. I'm trying to find out what would be beneficial. Y'all know I like estate planning attorneys, right? So what could I give for free that I can create once that they may find beneficial? The thing is, I have a barrier in my mind that they're already smarter than me. They're attorneys and they're not going to pay me any attention, right? And they don't sometimes. But I've also gone where I've proven that they have no idea what they're doing when it comes to the notary side of things. I've seen it. I fixed notarizations for an attorney because he screwed the entire loan package up. I had to go through and fix it, right? Corinne, it will be digital. I would like to do something digital. That's why I say I have to do it one time. If it's physical, I have to do it over and over. So I'm trying to think in our notary space, what would be beneficial for my ideal clientele that is free for them to have, use, find benefit from, right? Solve a problem. And I start capturing the information that way, right? I'm still trying to figure it out because in all this other, how many of us have been on Facebook and they say, hey, get this PDF on how to blow up on TikTok, or how to blow up, how to make $10,000 in 30 days on Instagram, right? We put our information in, they capture us, and they market the hell out of us, right? They market their stuff to us. I'm trying to figure that out in the notary space. Long story short, that's what that marketing channel is going to be for. Only time I get, okay, got that. Jumping over to Lisa, what CRM do you recommend for those of us who didn't get the hookup? Lisa, I'm trying to figure it out. There's 17 hats, right? But there's a cost to that. That's something that a lot of people talk about for automations. But I recently came across, and I don't even want to announce it because I don't know how it truly works yet. But I recently came across a thing called System.io, and that's like like system.io. It's free to a certain extent. And another business that I'm building, that's was recommended to use it there because it is free and we ain't trying to pay money for stuff, right? So that's something, but it's on my list for Q1. I didn't give it an exact date. I just said that in Q1 that it's on my list to research and figure out how to make it work in a notary space. Because I know a lot of us notaries have other businesses. Some people do tax, some people do insurance, all blah, 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 right? And they're paying for all these things. And I'm like, why? So that's one. It's System.io. If you're smarter than me and you can go through it faster and see if it works for you, definitely do it. Yep, that's right. System.io. Exactly. That's how it's spelled. I can't put stuff in the chat on TikTok, so I can't do it for y'all, but it's System.io. Yeah, but that's it. That was a long rant kind of, but that was my ending marketing thing for you guys. Go out there and make sure you're following your clients instead of each other on these. Post stuff that's going to be relevant for them. Always go through and comment on their stuff, like their stuff, share their stuff. If you're on other social media platforms, share it to your story instead of your page. I don't like sharing like my potential clients. I don't like sharing their stuff to my page just because if somebody comes there looking for me as a notary and they see a bunch of stuff about real estate, they see a bunch of stuff about estate planning, they're going to get confused, right? And so I will share it to a story because it disappears. So that's what I like to do. And they just feel some type of love because you shared something of theirs and just do it consistently. So that's it. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all the hearts. I appreciate the balloons I got from over there. I like this, y'all. So I will be back. As long as I keep liking it, I'm gonna be back, right? So I'll be back tomorrow night. We still hit that hour mark, right? I was trying to do 30 minutes. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7:30 approximately, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will be here. We'll do this again. We'll have 2 to 3 more topics to talk about. So bring your questions, bring whatever you want for me. Again, don't forget to join the notary community. It is absolutely free. I love to have you guys over there so we can go into deeper conversations. And obviously, it'll be recorded so we can keep it, right? That's the thing about lives. On TikTok, when I end, it's gone. So if you weren't here, you missed out. You missed out, Miss Mona. You missed out. Hold on. TikTok needs me to re-verify my identity because we just hit that hour mark, right? They do it every time. But anyway, I'm joking, Miss Mona. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. We talked about some good stuff. So we're just wrapping it up. I want to just make sure that you guys get the best that I can provide. And as always, how I end every single one, y'all be safe out there. Always be kind. And remember that you got this. I'll see y'all tomorrow night, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on all the channels. Bye. Let's go ahead and end YouTube.